How many times have you told yourself, I'll start when I'm ready? It's the most common excuse, but waiting for ready is a trap. It's a ghost you'll be chasing forever if you don't take the leap now. Welcome to Chapter 1, the Perfectionism Paradox. We often mistake perfectionism for high standards, but in reality, it's a form of fear disguised as excellence. We fear judgment, we fear making mistakes, and we fear being seen as a beginner. This fear keeps us in the planning phase indefinitely, creating an illusion of progress while we're actually standing still. In this section, we'll explore why perfect is the ultimate enemy of done, and how to embrace the messy reality of starting something new. Perfectionism isn't about achievement, it's about protection. We use it to shield ourselves from the vulnerability of showing our work to the world before it's perfect. But the truth is, until you're willing to be bad at something, you'll never have the chance to be good at it. We'll look at the lives of masters, artists, entrepreneurs, and athletes who started with rough, imperfect drafts. They understood that the path to mastery is paved with initial failures. This chapter will challenge you to redefine your relationship with quality and focus instead on quantity and consistency as the true drivers of success. By the end of this section, you'll understand why a finished, imperfect project is infinitely more valuable than a perfect idea that never left your mind. We'll also cover practical exercises to lower your standards for the first draft, allowing your creativity to flow without the stifling grip of your inner critic. Remember, you can't edit a blank page. You can't improve a product that doesn't exist. The goal is to get into the arena, no matter how unprepared you feel. Let's break down the psychological walls that have been keeping you on the sidelines for far too long. Focus on done over perfect and watch your progress accelerate. Quality will come from the volume of your work, not the duration of your planning. Let's get started. Focus on your first step today. It's time to stop planning and start producing. Perfection is a destination, not a starting point. Let's embrace the journey, messy beginnings and all. Quality is a byproduct of quantity. Done is better than perfect. Your growth depends on your willingness to be a beginner. Let's move to the next chapter. Now we move to chapter 2, the myth of preparation. We live in an age of information overload. It's easier than ever to spend months researching a topic without ever taking a single action. We tell ourselves we need one more course, one more book, or one more tutorial before we're finally ready to start. But this is just sophisticated procrastination. Real learning happens in the doing, not just the consuming. In this chapter, we'll discuss the concept of just-in-time learning versus just-in-case learning. You don't need to know everything before you take the first step. You only need to know enough to take the next step. We'll talk about why the most important lessons are the ones you learn through trial and error. Lessons that no book can ever teach you. I'll share strategies for setting research deadlines and moving into action mode, even when you still have unanswered questions. The truth is, the answers you're looking for aren't in another YouTube video or blog post. They're in the feedback you get from the world when you actually put something out there. We'll analyze why the discomfort of not knowing everything is a sign that you're actually growing. This section is all about shifting your identity from a student to a practitioner. It's about recognizing that preparation is a means to an end, not the end itself. We'll explore how to build a minimum viable knowledge base so you can stop stalling and start executing with confidence, even in the face of uncertainty. Preparation is important, but it should never be a substitute for progress. When you start before you feel ready, you force yourself to solve the problems that actually matter rather than the theoretical ones you imagine. Let's find that balance together and get you moving into real, tangible action. Knowledge without application is just noise. Let's turn that noise into results. Action is the ultimate form of education. Every failure is a lesson in disguise. Stop studying the map and start walking the path. The best way to learn is by doing. Let's move forward. In Chapter 3, we explore the revolutionary idea of action as information. When you're stuck in your head, you're dealing with assumptions. When you're out in the world taking action, you're gathering data. This chapter will show you how to treat every step you take as a scientific experiment. If it works, great, you've found a path forward. If it doesn't, even better, you've gathered crucial information on what to avoid next time. We'll discuss how successful entrepreneurs and artists use this quote-unquote experimental mindset to navigate through ambiguity. Instead of fearing failure, they welcome it as a necessary part of the discovery process. We'll talk about the feedback loop, the cycle of taking action, observing the results, and adjusting your approach. The faster you can complete this loop, the faster you'll reach your goals. I'll provide you with a framework for evaluating your actions without judgment, focusing purely on what the data is telling you. We'll also cover the importance of productive failure and how to extract the maximum amount of learning from every setback. This section will help you detach your self-worth from your results, allowing you to move with more speed and less anxiety. You'll learn how to stop asking, "What if I fail?" and start asking, "What can I learn?" By the end of this chapter, you'll see every action as a win, because every action brings you one step closer to the truth of what works. Action is the only way to clear the fog of uncertainty. Every mistake is a signpost pointing you in the right direction. Let's turn your fears into data points and your hesitations into discoveries. The world is your laboratory, and every project is an experiment. Let's get to work gathering the data you need to succeed. Focus on the process, and the outcomes will take care of themselves. Action clarifies, inaction confuses. Gathering data is better than seeking approval. Your potential is discovered in the arena. Let's keep gathering information. Every step counts. Let's proceed. Welcome to Chapter 4, Strategic Starting. This is where we get tactical. If the goal feels too big, it's natural to feel overwhelmed and paralyzed. The secret to starting is to make the first step so small that it's impossible to fail. We'll dive deep into the 2-minute rule, the idea that any new habit or task should take less than 2 minutes to start. We'll also talk about the 5-second rule to blast through initial resistance. In this chapter, I'll teach you how to break down your massive ambitions into micro tasks that you can tackle today, right now. We'll discuss the power of environment design to make starting as easy as possible. If you want to write, put your notebook on your pillow. If you want to exercise, lay out your clothes the night before. We'll look at why activation energy is the biggest hurdle to any project and how to lower it significantly. I'll share my personal starting rituals that help me get into the flow state without overthinking. We'll also cover the concept of the smallest viable step, the absolute bare minimum you need to do to say you've started. Whether it's writing one sentence, making one phone call, or designing one slide, that first tiny win is what builds the confidence to take the second step. This chapter is all about removing the friction between your intention and your action. By the time we're done, you'll have a toolkit of strategies to overcome that initial moment of hesitation every single time. It's time to stop looking at the mountain and start looking at the next inch of ground in front of you. Strategic starting is about winning the war against your own inertia. Make the start so simple that saying no is harder than saying yes. Let's make it easy to begin your next great adventure. Break it down until it's easy. Win the battle of the first 5 seconds. Your environment should work for you, not against you. Simplify the start to amplify the result. Let's take that first tiny step together. Moving on, in Chapter 5 we discuss building resilience. Once you've started, the next challenge is staying in the game. You will encounter obstacles. You will have days when you want to quit. This chapter is about developing the mental toughness to keep moving when the initial excitement fades. We'll talk about why the messy middle of any project is the most critical time for growth. We'll explore strategies for managing setbacks and viewing them as necessary course corrections rather than reasons to stop. Resilience isn't about never falling down, it's about how quickly you get back up. I'll show you how to build a support system and develop rituals that protect your energy and focus. We'll discuss the concept of anti-fragility, the idea that some things actually get stronger under stress. Your ability to handle the discomfort of the unknown is a muscle that you're building every single day. We'll look at why the most successful people aren't the ones who never fail, but the ones who refuse to let failure define them. This section is designed to give you the emotional tools to sustain your momentum over the long haul. We'll cover the importance of self-compassion and why being kind to yourself during the tough times is a prerequisite for long-term success. You'll learn how to pivot when things aren't working without losing your original vision. By the end of this chapter, you'll feel equipped to handle whatever the journey throws at you. Resilience is the engine of achievement. It's the quiet voice that says, "I'll try again tomorrow." Let's build that strength together. The path is rarely a straight line, but every turn is an opportunity for growth. Let's keep moving. Stay strong, stay focused. Resilience is built in the struggle. You are stronger than your setbacks. Let's keep going. We're almost there. Perseverance pays off. Let's enter the next chapter. Welcome to Chapter 6, the ripple effect. Every action you take, no matter how small, has a ripple effect on your life and the lives of those around you. When you decide to start, you're not just moving a project forward, you're transforming yourself. You're building self-trust. You're proving to yourself that you are someone who keeps their promises. This newfound confidence will spill over into every other area of your life. In this chapter, we'll explore the hidden benefits of taking action. We'll talk about how starting a small side project can lead to unexpected career opportunities. We'll look at how overcoming the fear of starting a new hobby can improve your relationships and your overall well-being. Your actions are the seeds of your future. When you plant them today, you're creating a forest of possibilities for tomorrow. We'll discuss why your willingness to start is the greatest competitive advantage you have. In a world full of people who are waiting to feel ready, the person who just starts is already miles ahead. This chapter will inspire you to look at your actions not just as tasks to be completed, but as powerful forces for positive change. I'll share stories of how a single imperfect step led to life-altering outcomes. You are the architect of your own ripples. What kind of impact do you want to create? Let's talk about the long-term legacy of your decisions. Your actions today are the history of your success tomorrow. Let's make every ripple count. You are powerful and your actions matter. Let's move towards the final chapters of our masterclass. Your journey is expanding, and so is your impact. Keep going. In Chapter 7, we build your 90-day roadmap. Knowledge is power, but only when it's organized and applied. This chapter will guide you through creating a practical, actionable plan for the next 3 months. We'll break your big vision down into 90-day goals, monthly milestones, and weekly tasks. I'll show you how to prioritize your actions based on their impact and how to stay focused on the things that actually move the needle. This is where your masterclass content meets your daily reality. We'll talk about the importance of rhythm and how to build a schedule that supports your new habits without leading to burnout. We'll cover how to handle the inevitable distractions and how to get back on track when you drift. This roadmap isn't just a list of things to do, it's a commitment to your own growth. I'll provide you with a template for your roadmap that you can start using today. We'll discuss how to review your progress every 30 days and adjust your plan as you gather more data. Your roadmap is a living document. It should grow and change as you do. By the end of this section, you'll have a clear, tangible path forward. You'll no longer be wondering what's next because you'll have already decided. This chapter is about taking the guesswork out of progress. It's about turning your starting spark into a sustainable flame. Let's build a plan that works for you. Clarity is the antidote to hesitation. Your roadmap is your guide to achievement. Let's make the next 90 days the most productive of your life. Your journey is mapped out. Now, let's look at the final conclusion. Let's finish strong. Finally, we reached chapter 6, sustaining long-term momentum, and our conclusion. Starting is the spark, but consistency is the fuel. In this final section, we'll talk about how to transition from the excitement of starting to the discipline of doing. We'll explore the power of habits and systems over fleeting motivation. Motivation is like a match. It's great for starting a fire, but systems are the wood that keeps it burning. We'll discuss how to track your progress in a way that fuels your sense of achievement and how to celebrate the small wins along the way. Consistency over intensity is the secret of the greats. As we wrap up this masterclass, remember our core message. You don't need to feel ready, you just need to start. Your future self is the person who took action today, despite the fear, despite the uncertainty, and despite the feeling of being unprepared. This video was just the beginning. The real masterclass starts the moment you turn this off and take your first step. I believe in your potential, but more importantly, I believe in your ability to act. The world is waiting for what you have to offer, but it can only receive it if you're willing to give it. So what is that one small thing you can do right now? Do it. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't overthink it. Just start. Whether it's a draft, a call, or a sketch, do it now. The feeling of ready is earned, not given. It's the reward for the work you've already done. Thank you for joining me on this 15-minute journey. It's been an honor to guide you. Now go out there and make it happen. The end of this video is the beginning of your next chapter. Let's make it a great one. Goodbye for now, and remember, start today, start now. Your journey begins with a single, imperfect step. Take it. We have reached our conclusion. This 15-minute journey was designed to convince you of one simple truth. You don't need to feel ready, you just need to start. The feeling of ready is earned through action, not granted through planning. You now have the tools, the strategies, and the mindset to overcome any hurdle. The real masterclass begins now as you take your first step. I believe in you. Now go out there and make it happen. Start today. Start now. Thank you for joining me. Goodbye, and let's see what you can achieve. The world is waiting for you. Take that step now.